So this is the new Maruti Suzuki Victoris, a brand new SUV which is going to be sold in Maruti Suzuki Arena showrooms, not in the Nexa showrooms. Here is a quick walk around of what this SUV has to offer. This is a 5-seater product now available here in the Indian market. So let's start with the front end styling. As you can notice, you have these LED DRLs on these smoked headlamp units. It looks quite nice and it stands out quite nicely. These are going to double up as your turn indicators as well. You have LED fog lamps over here, and these are some aero curtains for better aerodynamic efficiency. There is no connected LED DRL. You have a satin silver finish over here, the Suzuki logo, and then lower down on the bumper you have plenty of plastic cladding along with silver finish for your skid plate. This is the bonnet, some crease lines to add some dynamism to the overall front end design. This is how the vehicle looks like from the front end, unlike any other Maruti Suzuki product in Nexa or Arena showrooms, so it does stand out. This is the side profile. First you will notice the squared off wheel arches, then you have these dual tone alloy wheels with some machine finish. You also have dark finished single tone monotone alloy wheels. These are 17-inch wheels. They are filling up the wheel well area quite nicely. Plenty of cuts and crease lines on the side profile, but nothing over the top. On the wing mirrors, you will notice you have this camera because this car has 360-degree camera support. You will also notice there is a camera over here on the windscreen because this vehicle comes with level 2 ADAS. On the doors, lower down, you will notice this crease line. The door is here. This is where the door ends. This is a plastic panel, but it doesn't open up with the door. Request sensor on the door handle for true keyless entry. A pillar is blacked out, B pillar is blacked out, C pillar and D pillar is also blacked out. Silver finish for the roof rails, shark fin antenna, and this is your dual pane panoramic sunroof from the outside. You have a quarter glass to allow some light at the back of the vehicle, especially in this boot area. And then you will notice that the rear wheel also has a disc brake. You get all-wheel disc brakes with this Maruti Suzuki Victoris. Some very subtle aerodynamic kinks over here. And then this is your connected LED tail lamp. Looks very nice, a good studded design, and this is how the vehicle looks like from the back. You have a wraparound spoiler kind of design language. You have a high mount stop lamp over here, and this is how the vehicle looks like from the rear end. Speaking about the rear bumper, you have these reflectors. They are not active fog lamps. You have parking sensors over here as well, and then you have that silver skid plate effect. The towing hook, you can see that very clearly now, and then you have this Victoris branding on the tailgate. Here is your camera, and then this is the all grip variant. Now isn't that interesting? With smart hybrid, all grip means this is going to be a 4-wheel drive SUV. So that's the exterior design. The fuel filler cap is on the left hand side on the rear quarter panel. And what do you think? Is this Maruti Suzuki Victoris a good looking SUV on the outside? Let us know in the comments. Now let's jump inside. Here is a cleaner look of the tail end of the vehicle and a rear 3/4 look. Let's have a look at the connected LED tail lamps. So now inside the all-new Maruti Suzuki Victoris, and it is quite a change because this is nothing like what you see in the Maruti Suzuki Arena showrooms. So let us very quickly have a first look on the inside. So my height is 5 feet 8 inches. I am seated at the lowest seat setting. This is an electrically operated seat, and this is the amount of headroom that is available, and it's quite a good place to be. Why? Because I will show you the driver cockpit now. So here's a look at the dashboard. Let's start with the steering wheel. You have a conventional 3-spoke unit. You have leather wrap and then you have gloss black and silver accents. On the steering wheel you have all the controls for your driver assistance and for your infotainment. Then you have this full digital speedometer cluster, which is much sharper than any other Maruti Suzuki product, and it is very, very informative, and it does look good. It does look like a futuristic product. After that, you have this touchscreen infotainment floating up from the dashboard, popping out from the dashboard. You have gloss black surrounds, and you have Alexa integration, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then you also have Dolby Atmos for sound output, a premium sound output. You have ambient lights here on the dashboard mid pad. The dashboard, hard plastic, soft touch finish, nice textures overall, looks quite nice. And then over here you also have a head-up display. The controls for the head-up display and other functionality is over here. So check this out. This is quite a lot, and the head-up display button is over here actually. So then you have climate control. Then you have this thing, which is a wireless charger, a nice spot over here. Then you have additional storage spaces over here with 2 Type-C charging points. This is your gear selector. Not very premium to touch, but nevertheless it is nice and short. These are your modes. You have electric park brake, you have seat ventilation, and you also have 2 cup holders over here. This is your glove box, very plasticky to touch. IRVM electrochromic. You have your cabin lamps, which are not LEDs, and then of course you have this dual pane panoramic sunroof, which Indian customers love. The other thing which you should make note of are these seats. Dual tone finish. You have some fake leatherette finish, but you also have fabric infused over here, which is going to be very difficult to clean because this is a lighter shade, but nevertheless it looks quite nice and it feels good to touch as well, so that is a positive. And this is how the seat looks like, and you have a generous headrest. This is your armrest for the driver, slides forward and backward too. And the steering column, it is adjustable, tilt and telescopic, so that is a good thing for you to find your desired driving style very easily. Behind my own driving seat position, check this out. This is the amount of knee room that is available. Decent amount of foot room, nothing is hurting my shin area, but this seat is at its lowest setting, so I can't really wear big shoes because then I will have some obstruction to slide my foot below this seat. You have an armrest with 2 cup holders. Then you have AC vents over here, 2 AC vents, 2 Type-C charging points, and then as you can notice, this dual pane panoramic sunroof, it doesn't, cover up the area over my head, so it is still quite a bit ahead when I am looking forward. The windowsill is also below my shoulder height, so there's going to be decent amount of light inside the cabin. You can notice there are cabin lamps over here as well, retractable grab handle with coat hooks, and then you have 3 adjustable headrests in the back seat, so this is going to be good for safety and comfort. And when I push this armrest back, this is how the seat bench is, relatively flat, but you do have a transmission hump, so you will have to sit with your legs spread apart this way. But then if you want more comfort, this seat, you can push it all the way forward if you feel like. If you want to make use of this vehicle as a chauffeur-driven car, and if you're going to be seated over here in the master seat, this seat is pushed all the way forward. This is the maximum amount of space that you will get in terms of leg room and foot room, and it's not bad. But then here, because of that hybrid tech, there is a bin over here which is going to eat up your foot room. Speaking about boot space, the tailgate is electrically assisted, so check this out. This is the amount of space that you get. Sorry about the light, but it is what it is. Underneath, you have a lot of space over here. This is going to be for your spare wheel, and this is quite nice. This is not bad at all. And the rear seat back, it is going to have a 60-40 split, so you can carry larger items very easily. And you also have ISOFIX top tether mounts, which you can see over here. You also have a cabin lamp for the boot over here. You have a charging point, and then you have these speakers. I guess this is a subwoofer, and then you have a storage bin on this side where you can store some knickknacks. One touch of a button and the tailgate is going to close because it is electrically operated. Now what's interesting here, it's not the drums, it's just a good view of the boot and how much you can carry if at all you are buying the CNG variant of the Maruti Suzuki Victoris. So check this out, how the CNG tanks are shown to us thanks to this mirror over here. They are underneath and not eating up the boot space. So this is going to be very usable, very practical in your day-to-day ownership.